From Lalate headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons Lalate.
Wednesday, March 10th, 2021. A day that will go down in history as a $1,400 third stimulus check has become a passed bill. It passed the House of Representatives shortly after 9:30 Pacific Standard Time this morning. I was live. I delivered the breaking details. It was the single most watched half hour of programming in this channel's 9-month history. Absolute catastrophic euphoria as a country now awaits the arrival of your $1,400 stimulus check. The provisions of the third stimulus package give viewers this channel upwards of $5,000 for rent, utilities, food, and internet, and more. And then business owners will get an additional $5,000 on top of that. And then property owners will get money. Individuals who have children will get $5,000 or $4,400. Restaurant owners will get up to $5 million. Across the land, there's money for everyone in this third stimulus package. And the excitement's unfolding as the president's set to have a primetime press conference on Thursday to announce the details. From across the land, from the West Coast to the East Coast, the excitement's unfolding. Finally, it is passed. Your $1,400 third stimulus check bill is a past date in U.S. history, and it's landing in your bank account right away as Afternoons LA starts a special extended edition starting right now. On April 25th, this channel launched. And as this channel now approaches its one-year anniversary, it was not initially covering these subject matters. But when people realized they were not getting paid unpaid stimulus, I moved in and started covering the subject matters. And now that your $1,400 third stimulus check has passed, there's a lot of other money for you to get in the stimulus package that's not automatic to receive in your bank account. And it's the big moolah that you should get. So over the next few weeks, we're going to have a lot of fun because now we have a law, and now it's time to pounce as a purple hawk and get all that incredible, delicious money that you are owed in addition to a $1,400 stimulus check. And in this recording, I'm going to go over all the items one at a time. So get a pen and paper ready. If you hear something that piques your interest, write it down. You may not know where or how. I may not know where or how to apply for it. The important thing is to know eligibility and to be ready to pounce as a purple hawk. And let's get to the details starting right now. But first, let me welcome that first new member to the family. That was, it's an upgrade. It was Team Angel upgraded to Purple Power. Really exciting. I forgot to say. If you have not hit subscribe, today is the day to subscribe. The 9:30 show, the second show on Mornings LA, was the single most watched half hour in this channel's history of programming. The first half hour, that half hour was insane. The chat rate, which tracks how many people were in the chat room, was catastrophic. And we're just getting underway. All right, first, let's go over the stimulus check. $1,400 for individual, $1,400 for adult dependents, $1,400 for child. The stimulus check lands in the hands of the person that claims you as their dependent. Stimulus checks will first land into bank accounts for people who have set up direct deposits, and then after, people will get them by paper check and a debit card. Stimulus checks will start going out as early as the end of this week. The president will sign into law on Friday. $1,400 stimulus check will be sent out based upon your 2020 or 2019 tax return income levels. as you delineated. Less than $75,000, you're getting a stimulus check. Congratulations. Next, FPUC, at PUA, all that unemployment deliciousness. All your benefits will be extended. You will not have to reapply. You'll still stay on claim. Your benefits are extended to September 6th. FPUC will stay at $300 a week. Now, PUA, PUC will have more weeks. The total number of weeks are the following. PUA will have 79, and PUC will now have 53. Now, this is the real exciting detail, which has caused some confusion for viewers. The bill, now law, will provides that your first $10,200 of unemployment you received in the year 2020 will now be tax-free, even if you paid taxes on it or had taxes taken out for it when it was being paid to you. So you have to go to a tax preparer to get that money given back to you or modified. It's not an automatic process. You can't just call up your unemployment department and say, send me money. No, you have to fix this by a tax return. It's $10,200. Cobra is now cheaper. Cobra, and I don't mean the car. I don't mean the car. Cobra is now cheaper. The government will pay all Cobra benefits from April 1st to September 30th. And your premiums will cost no more than 8.5% of your adjusted gross income. Then there's more exciting news about the child care tax credit. If you have child care costs, you can deduct 50% of them. For one child, up to $4,000, and two or more, up to $8,000. The children must be under age 13. Then those children's checks follow your income eligibility for third stimulus. So the same thing, $75,000 or less, you get these children's checks. Now, if you do make more than $75,000, you can still get the children's checks. You'll just get a little bit less. How much you're going to get? This is how much you're going to get. A child 5 to newborn, you're going to get $5,000 per child. That is $1,400 stimulus check and then $300 a month for 12 months starting the month of July. 17 to 6, you're going to get $4,400, paid $1,400 stimulus check with yours, and then $250 a month starting the month of July for 12 months. And that's per child. Congratulations. It's a lot of money. If you tune into the recording before this where I went over SSI and SSDI, all these things are the same for you. I don't need to repeat it for each provision. All these things are the same for you. There's rental assistance as well. There's rental assistance for low income, middle class, and also homeless people trying to get into rent as well. That rent assistance is based upon a more broad stroke language than we originally thought. And it basically has to involve financial hardship either directly or indirectly because of the pandemic. The exciting great news is for property owners. They will get help with their mortgage payments, utility bills, and other housing costs. And there is, who's in the room? There's Sandy, and there's Gail, and there's Gim, and Dennis, and there's Bonnie, and there's Alma. And there's some nice comments from Jenny. Happy birthday, Jenny. And there's Team Angel, and Leanne, and Bonnie. And there is Michelle. And there is Roy as well. What a full room we have. There we go. And there is Rosa. You know what we're doing in this video? This will be a slightly extended video today. This is the second to last video of the day live. Right after this will be Purple, which will be the final video of the day. So because I'm stopping a little bit earlier, this video will go a little bit longer. So instead of 30 minutes, I'm going to go about 40 minutes, and the final 10 minutes, I'll be answering your questions on air. So get those questions ready. I'll see them in about 10 minutes from now, later in this recording. If you have questions about something you're hearing, make some notes, and I'd love to answer your questions. Get those chat comments going, get that chat rate going, and make sure you like and subscribe this video. Restaurants will get a grant. Based upon 2020 revenue subtracted from 2019 revenue, the grant will be payroll costs, can pay for payroll, rent, utilities, maintenance, food supply, beverages, covered costs, and operational expenses. And finally, the EIDL grant. There'll be two of them, but the one that applies for most for the viewers of this channel will be the $5,000 EIDL grant. if you had a reduction of your loss, a reduction of your business because of the pandemic, and have less than 10 employees. And yes, you can apply for a new EIDL grant if you got one before. $1,700 for financial students plus $1,400 stimulus check. Hazard pay, $1,500 plus a $1,400 stimulus check. Paid sick leave, $1,400 a week plus $1,400. There you go. So much deliciousness. The President of the United States will address the country on Thursday in prime time. The significance of that press conference is threefold. One, for the first time ever, a stimulus package is getting a, how would you say, a press event. And by getting a press event, more people will know about the stimulus items they can get, and more people will attempt to get the money before you do. So you're going to be competing with more eyeballs to get this money than prior stimulus packages where they may not have known that it was even passed, let alone what the provisions were. Understand the competition for the money is steep. The applications that are application based will run out of money. There's not enough money for everyone. So by subscribing to this channel, you ensure that you get the information and get the money first before anyone else. Hit that subscribe on this video right away. Elsewhere, there's a lot of breaking developments across the land that relate to your stimulus. The president today met with Merck and Johnson & Johnson to ramp up their manufacturing of the one-dose Johnson & Johnson because the president of the United States wants to reopen the country by May. If that's the case, you're going to see 4 stimulus right around the corner. Democrats have already told the president that they will not give him support for another stimulus package unless he has reoccurring stimulus checks. 11 of 50 Democrats wrote the president a letter indicating they're demanding reoccurring stimulus checks every month, presumably at about $2,000 a month. Next, there's a push underway for FPUC retro because it was not covered in this, which would refer to the unpaid FPUC from July to December of last year. Third, there's a push from viewers to get hazard pay in this for stimulus package as well, because there's only $1,500 of hazard pay. And of course, there's a push underway for SSI and SSDI $200 a month. You're going to see over the next few days a lot of, how do you say it, talking heads? A lot of people in broadcast news and even print media are coming forward as talking heads. I predict that. Can we just zone them out? I saw some of their quotes already today. They already came out of the woodworks with predictions and quotes. Can we just sort of zone them out? So we're not even done with this bill coming to the president's table. The people are already coming up with predictions about other things. Let's cut to Wall Street. Wall Street had a very interesting day. The 10-year Treasury note had a bond auction midday today. It was uneventful. The uneventful bond auction is great news, which kept the bond rate at about 1.51, which is where you want it to be. It didn't rise too high and it didn't fall. And that means that there's no growth and no inflationary concerns. The Dow ended up 464. The NASDAQ ended down 499. The NASDAQ initially at one point was up about 100 points and then pulled back. Oracle just reported earnings of 3% growth and bumps its dividend up higher in a press statement minutes ago. Elsewhere across the land, there was other exciting, shocking developments as GameStop lost 40% of its value in 25 minutes during the day, as if we didn't have enough news. There's Sharon. Everyone welcome Shannon from becoming part of this family. Citing great news. There is a lot of coverage of stimulus from broadcast news as though things just happen. But if you've been a member or a subscriber to this channel, you are fully up to date on all the developing details. One of the developing details, which I've not yet mentioned, is a surprising big development of student loan debt forgiveness. Student loan debt forgiveness slid into this bill in a fascinating way. And how does it impact you? I'll have those details, and I'll be answering some of your questions shortly after this commercial break. Stay with me for more. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LA Late Daily for the excitement of the new LA Late live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LA Late at 9 a.m. Home LA Late returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LA Late at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA Late. It's a big day across the land as the 10-year Treasury note remained relatively calm, giving certainty and calmness to the markets as well. That's important for forced stimulus because forced stimulus is right around the corner. The nation will open in May based upon the president's projections that full vaccination will be in May. And if that's the case, then forced stimulus is right around the corner. If you're just joining me, the House of Representatives passed your $1,400 third stimulus check bill earlier today. I was live on air when that event occurred. The president will sign into law Friday, and your stimulus checks will go out shortly thereafter. The president will address the country on Thursday night. But how about this surprising twist about student loan debt forgiveness? Let me explain the details right now. But first, if you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. This channel has kept you from A to B to Z throughout this entire pandemic. Thank you, Brother Joshua, for the dime lemon. If you just joining me, in January, this channel was the only place online where you could see video coverage of the proposals of what this third stimulus package bill had in there. I had an advanced copy from the White House. I went over all the deal provisions. So if you've been a subscriber since that date, you saw everything the president asked for generally got into this bill. And you understood the eligibility and the provisions. That's the benefit of being a subscriber, which is free. You learn about stuff way in advance. Today, broadcast news is scrambling to start explaining child care tax credit and all these things which you've already been told since January on this channel. But here's something you were not told until last weekend, because it appeared in the Senate just this last weekend. The Senate added an incredibly great provision, and the provision is the following. If at some time the White House forgives student loan debt, you won't have to pay taxes on that. What? Let me explain what this is. Normally, if the president forgave $50,000 of student loan debt for you tomorrow, and your tax bracket is 24%, you would have to pay about $24,000 in taxes. Yes, that's the way the tax code works. And if you have a 10% tax bracket and they forgave $50,000 of student loan debt, you would have to come up with a check of $11,000 to the IRS. Yes. If you're in a 10% tax bracket, you likely don't have $11,000 of checks sitting around. Well, the great news is that this third stimulus check law now provides that it will be tax-free if it's forgiven under a separate bill. This is huge. Huge, great news. Very, very exciting details. If you're just joining me across the land, any viewer, whether you make $49,000 or less, gets about $5,000 on the third stimulus package. The stimulus check is automatic, but the other provisions are not. Rent, utilities, food, and internet are all available for you under the third stimulus package. To start. To start, even if you're on SSI and SSDI, but you got to apply for them. And when you apply for them, it's first come, first serve. There may not be enough money for everyone. If you have children, there's more money. If you're a business owner or sole practitioner, there's more money for you as well. And if you're a hazard pay, there's more money for that additionally. There's a lot of money in there, and these are the provisions that got to the finish line. The tow truck has passed the finish line, and it has pulled the tow hitch along with it. And that's your third stimulus check package. All the provisions of the third stimulus package have been detailed in this video. If you didn't hear something, it's not in there. The provisions are your check, children's checks, college students' check, hazard pay, rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, paid sick leave, extension of unemployment benefits, unemployment, $10,200 of tax forgiveness for last year, more student loan debt forgiveness tax implication twist, which you just heard, and then business grants. And that is generally it. There's, of course, those other items which I went over earlier in this video, which were included, which like COBRA, the modifications for COBRA, the child care tax credit, and there you are. If you didn't hear a provision, it's not elsewhere in the bill. But with 22 minutes on the clock, let me answer some of your incredible questions. The most common question I may get is, where do I get this thing? In the case of EIDL, it'll be at SBA. In the case of rent, utilities, it will be at your city or county because the money's literally going from the federal government out to your local, out to your locality. But after that, we don't know where you get it. There you go. Are they extending the eviction moratorium? So Catalina, great question. This bill does not do that. You'll need it by executive order, and Catalina is a subscriber. She's a member, so that is great news. If you need that eviction moratorium to be extended, you want to subscribe at least to this channel because I am watching that deadline for you like a hawk. Let's see what other questions I got. If I got more than $25,000, will I still get hazard pay? You will not. Why do I have to refile my 2020 tax return to get stimulus? You do not have to refile your 2020 tax return to get a stimulus check. But that's a very good question. Ooh. When do you have to refile a 2020 tax return because of the third stimulus package? These are the situations which you may have to want, or amended return is what the viewer is asking. When would you have to maybe do an amended return? Because of unemployment, the unemployment situation, the 10,200, that's maybe the first reason. Second, the IRS doesn't know about some kids and you didn't list them as dependents and you want them to get stimulus checks. That might be the second reason. Third, you didn't get the first or second stimulus check and you didn't request it on the 2020 return. That's another reason to file a 2020 return. Fourth, your address has changed. That's the most obvious example. And here's a situation which I think you know won't work. Filing the 2020 tax return today to give the IRS your direct deposit information today is a little too late in the game. Had you done that back in February, you might possibly be in a good situation. But doing that now to set up the direct deposit of the third stimulus check, a little bit too late. Innovation grant info. Great question. I don't know. I'm wondering the same question myself. The President of the United States, let's see if he tomorrow says it's in there again, because he keeps on saying it's in there and I can't find it. Any details on the $1,700 student loan debt credit? Not more than what's in the bill. Don't know anything more about it. Great question, though. If you got rent in 2020, they will not give you rent again. That's not true. That's actually completely wrong remark. That's actually totally wrong. How will the $1,700 college credit be paid? That's a great question. It will be application based. We don't know anything about it just yet. Angela, thank you for becoming a Purple Hawk. Everyone, welcome Angela to the room. Is there a grant to start a business? That's basically the same question the viewer asked before. Where is that grant to start a business? The president says it's in there. I don't see it. And two members asked the same question, so we all have a copy of the bill. I don't see it in there. He keeps on saying it's in there, the president. There's another person asked the same question, so we're all asking about it. If you applied for the SBA loan last year, can anything be done about it? So that's a great question. Where am I? Here I am. So if you have an EIDL loan application, it means nothing about, it has no implication for the EIDL grant. In this video, I went over the EIDL grant of $5,000. The EIDL loan has nothing to do with that EIDL grant. So that's what the question was. That's that thing. Now, if you are asking, how do I fix an EIDL loan that I couldn't get approved, you can do a reconsideration. Reconsideration. There's too many recons on this channel. And $10,000 of student loan debt forgiveness, not $50,000. No, it's $50,000. The bill in the Senate is $50,000, not $10,000. So no, that's incorrect. Now, the president said he will not do $50,000, but the actual bill says $50,000, not $10,000. Let's see what other questions we got. How do I become a Purple Hawk? There is a word called join underneath this video. There's also a link at the top of the chat says become member. You click in and that helps you become a member. I have 3 kids in college over 17 and 2.5. Oh, 2 at 5 years. Oh, so I have 3 kids in college and 2. So for that viewer has 2 5-year-old kids, well, congratulations. You're getting $10,000 for those 2 5-year-old kids. Great news for you. Congratulations. What tax credit hazard pay to apply to? That's a great question. It appears that it is off of the 2021 year, not the 2020. Now, I would ask you to consult with a tax preparer for that as well. Extreme Revelation. Thank you for becoming a Purple Hawk. Everyone welcome Extreme Revelation to the family. How are you? And there's Sharon, there's Kim, and there's Bonnie. Do you think that hazard pay will have an application of some sort? No, it comes through the tax return. It's not an application based. Now, if we're referring to forced stimulus, yes, there's still a push to get hazard pay under forced stimulus. That would be an application based. Do kids get $1,400 and also $5,000? No, $5,000 is the $1,400 plus $3,600 if they are 5 to newborn. And if they are 17 to 6, it's $4,400. Can I get ACTC if I'm on unemployment? Where do I get the Wi-Fi from? Oh, the volunteers can help you. And there's actually a few articles about it. It's much more robust than it was under second stimulus. So that's really great news. Helen Capone. I love when you do the hawk. Well, thank you. Is SSI getting $200 a month? You are not. It's not become law. But you're getting a stimulus check and you're getting up to $5,000 at least under the third stimulus package. When is the president signing the bill? Friday. Yvette, thank you, Yvette, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Everyone welcome Yvette to the family. How are you, Yvette? Someone said they have 11 kids. Wow, my goodness. Same Pumby. Thank you for becoming a Purple Power. Wow, wonderful. Everyone welcome Same Pumby to the family. Are there housing grants? There are. There is money for the mortgage, for utility bills as a property owner and other homeowner expenses. What about people on Social Security? Will they get the tax credit for their kids? Yes, so long as IRS knows the kids exist. When Biden signs it, it becomes law? Correct. The exact moment he signs it, it is a law. Thank you for the super chat, John Grenier. And there's Sonia. Do I get a check for the 18-year-old as well as for the 5-year-olds? So that's a great question. Let me cut to where I am. Here we are. So remember, there are two different checks for children. A husband and wife, well, let me say it this way. The stimulus check of $1,400 is up to 4 people in a household. So let's say it's a husband and wife. You can have 2 kids getting $1,400 stimulus checks. Now, there's the other stimulus I refer to, which is the $3,600 for 5 to newborns and $3,000 from 18 to 6. That is separate from the $1,400 stimulus check. But that's a great question. I already filed my 2020 taxes last week. Will I not get a stimulus check? I'm not sure why you would think you don't get a stimulus. Are you referring to the third stimulus package? No. That has nothing to do with anything. Now, if you filed your tax return last week and were not unpaid the first and second stimulus check, well, you would have had to request it on the tax return. If you didn't, and you're missing that first and second stimulus check, do an amended return and go back and ask for that missing first and second stimulus check. Do I get a check for college student dependents? Yes. So college student dependent up to a family of 4, $1,400. Everyone gets $1,400 in the household up to a family of 4. Great question. Is there still pandemic EBT? Yes, there is. Pandemic EBT is national, number 1. It's all the way down to 6-year-olds and younger. Number 3, it's 15% increase all the way to December. Can I get the $3,600 check, child, if I'm on unemployment? Or does it have to be? Great question. Where am I? Let me grab my camera. So that's a great question. The $3,600 check for the 5-year-old to the newborn, or $3,000 for 17 to 6, has only one qualification. You have less than $75,000 earnings for an individual, or $150,000 for a married couple. Same as a stimulus check. That is the only requirement for it. So the question was, what if I'm unemployed or not unemployed? That's not a qualifier. The only qualifier is your income level. That's it. It's very easy breezy. And what makes it even better than that is that if you made more than $75,000, you can still get the money, just a little bit less. It phases out. It phases out. So that's a great question, and it has a very simple, easy answer to it as well. And there's Carolyn, and there's Helen, and there's Colleen, and there's Manny May, and there is Sandra, and there's Yolanda. I have 3 kids, 214. What am I expected to get? So if you're a single parent with 3 kids, then stimulus 1,400, 1,400, 1,400. And let's see, what does she have? She has a 14-year-old and an 11-year-old. So you're also going to get, on top of that, 3,000 and 3,000. Congratulations. And there we are at the 35-minute mark. Let me give you the big update where we are on a big day of afternoons Lalate. It's been an exciting day. Wow, there's 1,200 people in the room, and we're at a chat rate of 62. My goodness, that's even higher than the 9:30 show. My goodness. That's actually through the roof, my Lord. Where am I? Here I am. Congratulations, you're getting a $14 stimulus check. The bill passed the House at about 9:30 a.m. today. I was live on air, and at that time, that was the biggest 30 minutes this channel has ever recorded in viewership, but this show may actually break it, I don't know. $14 stimulus check is becoming law. The president will sign into law on Friday. He'll have a press conference on Thursday in prime time. And then away we go. The other items in the third stimulus package are coming thereafter. The stimulus check will start going out later this week, but the other items are all application-based. Over the next few days, you're going to see how I'm going to show you where and when and how you get those items. The most important one is the EIDL, which has a very short time frame to grab the $5,000. It will open and run out of money within presumably 3 days. And that money is not going to be around a long time. The message I've been delivering to viewers throughout the day is that the first and second stimulus packages became law and didn't have a big press blitz right after them, where people knew about everything that went on. In fact, I did not even know what EIDL was until weeks and months later after it became law in March. That's why this channel started, because no one else knew what it was either. This time is different. Everyone's going to be told what it is, and everyone's going to stimulus stampede for the money. But you're not going to allow them. Hawk, hawk. You're a purple hawk. You're going to pounce, whether you're a subscriber or a member, and get that money before everyone else. Congratulations. The tow truck has finally crossed the finish line with the tow hitch behind it. I got one more video for you, and it's purple. Because in addition to $14 stimulus check, I want you to get $5, $10, $15, $20,000 money right now. Not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now. It's the money under second stimulus that's available for you right now. And that video is coming up in just 2 minutes. Join me for the final show of Live LA today, coming up in a feed in just 3 minutes from now. But on the way out, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this video, and consider becoming a member. And stay with LA for more.